For the cheapest coins with fast delivery and quick customer support, check out my sponsor Red Zone Coins and use code SWIFT at checkout for 20% off. So Swift family, and today I'm coming back at you guys with another Madden 20 video. And in today's video, we've got another market talk on the channel for you guys. I haven't made one of these videos in a very long time, but I was getting a lot of questions related to whether you should buy players, sell players, who you should buy, and all of that stuff. So I'm going to be going over all of that in my video today, as well as answering some of the questions that you guys actually asked me on YouTube. I'm going to be straight up answering some of those. So it should be a pretty helpful video. Hopefully you guys do enjoy it. If you want to see more market talks just like this, leave a like down below so I know you are interested in it. As well, if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. It would be greatly appreciated. There's a bunch of new content actually coming into Madden pretty soon, so I'm gonna have a bunch of videos when that does release as well over winter break. You know we're gonna be posting heaters, and yeah, if you don't have the noties on as well, turn on those noties. Everyone in Notification Squad is on the videos so quickly. And if you have any further questions about stuff I talked about in this video, leave it down below in the comment section, or you can DM it to me on Instagram or Twitter. I'll reply to any and all DMs over there. But firstly, let's talk about how the market is looking right now, if it's gone up, if it's gone down, and kind of just where it's sitting at. Then let's talk about the future of the market, and then I'll get into some of your guys' fan-submitted questions. So to start off, let's just take a look at the Series Redux market. Now that the NFL 100 promo is into the game, I feel like the Series Redux market is actually a really good way to judge whether prices have gone up or prices have gone down. Because back in the day, Series Redux players used to be like these really hard cards to get, and no one would have them on their team, so the prices would be crazy high. And now that's what the NFL 100 market is. So the Series Redux market, in my opinion, just a good way to judge how the market is looking right now. So as we scroll through it, as you guys can see, not too much movement from these 90 overall cards. I feel like they've been sitting at 100k for a long time, but as we keep going up the overalls, these players are very, very cheap. 91 overall cards, Chris Godwin, this card used to be like 250,000 coins. Continuing to scroll down right here, Deshaun Watson and Alvin Kamara, both used to be like 400 or 600,000, so they've dropped drastically. And then as we continue up here, Calvin Johnson and stuff used to be like 500k. And then some of these really good cards like George Kittle, Aaron Donald, Joe Thomas, Andrew Luck, Julius Peppers, they all used to be sitting at like 1 million coins. And of course, not anymore. Now they're down to a much lower price. So right now, what I can kind of concur from the market is there's definitely a lot of movement on the top end players. A lot of top end cards have gone down in price just because of the fact that there's NFL 100 players out. So that kind of, what that kind of tells me is when an NFL 100 position gets released, all of the other cards, other than the NFL 100 players, are going to go down in price. So if you ever want to upgrade one specific position, do it when there's NFL 100 players being released. For example, when the running backs got released, it dropped the market for all of the other running back cards like Saquon, Melvin Gordon, and just the other good backs in the game. Same type of deal with the other positions as they've been getting released. So for example, for me, I definitely want to upgrade wide receiver, but I'm waiting for the NFL 100 receivers to come out for that. Now, as we talk about the actual market and where it is right now, whether you should be buying or whether you should be selling, I personally feel like it's a pretty solid time to buy. Now, the way I kind of think about the market is I feel like it's actually going to kind of just be relatively stagnant for the next little while here. And the reason why is there's factors that kind of push it both ways. So the stuff that's going to be pushing it down are all the new cards that are about to come out. NFL 100 players, Team of the Year players, Zero Chill cards. There's a bunch of new cards coming to the game. And when new cards come out, that drives down the prices of the older cards. At the same time, Christmas is coming soon. And what that means is there's more people buying this game, more people playing Madden Ultimate Team, and more people trying to upgrade their squad. And as more people play the game, more demand goes up within the market, and that drives up prices. If we think about this logically here, let's just say, for example, people want to buy this George Kittle card. The cheapest George Kittle card right now is 375k. Let's say there's like a few people, now that more people have bought the game for Christmas, there's like a few people that like bought coins, maybe from Red Zone Coins, link in description, use code SWIFT at checkout. checkout, but people that bought coins and they want to buy like George Kittle. So someone's gonna buy this George Kittle. Someone's gonna buy, well, there's no other George Kittles up, but let's go by tight end so we can actually see how this has changed, so that I can show you how this example works. So someone buys this George Kittle for 364, and then someone buys this George Kittle for 379, and this one for 380, and then just like that, the price is driven up to 400k. So that's gonna kind of offset with the new cards coming out. So I don't think prices for players other than NFL 100 cards are gonna be moving too much. So just to summarize all of that, and whether you should be buying or selling, I would buy if there's a player that you really want. Personally, I don't think their price is going to change too much, so why not? You could feel free to buy it now. But you honestly, unless you really want the player for weekend league, you might as well just wait, just in case someone comes out who's new, who's better than the guy you're about to buy. So just have a little patience for these next couple days. When the new content comes out and when the prices of those new cards come out into the game. But yeah, that is basically how I think the market's going to be moving in the next little bit. I know that was kind of a lot of information right there. It was kind of also just all over the place, but I'll just summarize really quickly. There's definitely factors to push and pull the market down. Christmas coming pushes it up. The new cards push it down. So that's why I think the market's not going to move too much. As well, one other thing that I wanted to mention, and I actually did already, NFL 100 players, if you want a position group, try and buy it when the NFL 100 players get released, maybe that same weekend, just because when NFL 100 players get released, if you think about it logically, the people with really good teams that already have the best wide receivers on their team, when the NFL 100 players come out, people want to upgrade to the better receivers, so they're going to sell off their old ones, and when a bunch of people are selling, that drives the market down. So yeah, that is basically my whole little overview for the market, but let's come in to talk about some of the other fan submitted questions, because there was about 2 or 3 really key themes that I had you guys talk about now, or that I had you guys ask me about. Now the first one is about budget players. So when I think of a budget player, and kind of when you guys were also talking to me about budget players in the comment section, a lot of you guys were telling me that you had maybe like 84, 85, 86, 87 overall teams. So the budget cards I'm going to show you guys are players that are upgrades for your team that are about in the 88 overall range, sitting at a price of around 75k or under. Now the first one I want to talk about is actually going to be Darren Waller's card. This is an Unreal budget card, and I have 4 that I'm going to go over in this video, but Darren Waller's budget card right here, if you guys take a look, he's only going for 47,000 coins. This is one of the better tight ends in the game. I actually have him at my tight end 2 position just because of the speed that he has. He's got 86 speed, which is crazy fast for a tight end, to go along with 87 catch in traffic. His route running stats aren't that good, but I feel like tight ends don't really win with speed and stuff, or don't really win with route running that much. It's more just like speed to kind of get to a spot to beat his own defense. And he's also got pretty good run blocking. 72 is actually acceptable. Compared to some of the other fast tight ends in the game who are more receiving threats, 72 is actually a pretty respectable run block number. So a really good budget tight end right here is going to be Darren Waller. Now the next guy that I want to talk about is going to be Devin Bush. Devin Bush is a really great user linebacker. I know a lot of you guys probably already have Ryan Shazier, but if you're playing a 3-4 scheme and you need a second linebacker, Devin Bush is definitely someone to consider. Going at a price of 49k, so he's not super expensive. He's gonna have 88 speed, 88 hit power, and basically everyone who's told me about this card tells me about how many fumbles this card forces. 89 acceleration as well, super quick. Comparing him to some of my linebackers, if we just compare him to Ryan Shazier, he does match up decently. He's gonna have better hit power. The speed's almost the same. Like the speed stats are basically the same. Tackling's a little low, block shedding's a little low, zone coverage is a little low, but this guy's gonna be your user. So essentially, if you can get to the spot with him, which means like get around the field and be able to put yourself in a position to make plays with his high speed, you're gonna be able to do that and make some great plays with this Devin Bush card. Now the next guy that I want to talk about is gonna be Jason Verrett, you guys. I don't know if there's 2 R's, so we're just gonna go with VER, and then we're gonna scroll down to him. He's an 88 overall player. Right here he is, sitting at a price of 60k, a really great budget corner. When we look at the stats, 87 speed, 87 zone, that's already great. 88 acceleration, 83 man is fine, 85 play rec's nice to go along with 88 agility. So just overall, a super balanced corner who's going to be able to play in man or zone in basically any scheme you want to play him in. He doesn't have great run support stats, he's a little smaller, not great strength, but overall, definitely a really good budget card to consider. And then I have one more budget card to talk about right here, and that's going to be Jonathan Abram, you guys. Jonathan Abram, matches the type of style that I like to play on my defense. He's going to be a physical, fast safety. He doesn't have great zone coverage stats, and he's going to be a little bit more on the pricey end of things. But when you look at the stats right here, he's going to have 90 speed, 95 hit power. Let's force some fumbles. In my opinion, a lot of people struggle to play defense, so forcing fumbles is a way that you can win games, especially when we look at like the real life NFL. Forcing fumbles and turnovers are probably the biggest indicator of who's going to win games, as well as third down. But yeah, forcing fumbles and turnovers is like the biggest indicator basically for who's going to win an NFL game. So having someone that can force these fumbles for you, as well as actually get to the spot on the field with his 90 speed, is going to be really, really effective. The zone coverage isn't there, but I mean, otherwise he's going to be able to get to the right place to make plays and force big plays for you on defense. So Jonathan Abram is the fourth little budget card that I want to talk about on this video. Now, another common question that I got from people is whether you should save or spend your coins. I got this type of question from, I would say, about two different tiers of players in the game. Now, the first tier is people who have like around 500k with like a maybe like 88 or 89 overall team, and the second tier is people that had like 100k with like an 84 to an 85 overall team. And I have a bit of a different answer for both of you guys. If you have a decent or a 500k coin stack with the 88 to 89 overall team, I would definitely consider maybe making a couple purchases that I talked about in this video. Some of the players that I talked about are really, really good at a pretty decent price like they are right now. You can't really go wrong. Of course, don't spend all your coins, but maybe just make an upgrade to your team right now. You have 500k. You can easily buy someone for 50,000 coins. Some of the players I was just talking about, especially Darren Waller, honestly, at 49k like he was sitting at, that's a steal of a deal. Probably the best budget player that I just mentioned is that Darren Waller card. So if you're sitting in that range of like 500,000 coins with like an 88 to 89 overall team, I would maybe make an upgrade. But then if we look at some of the people who had closer to 100k with a bit of a lower overall team at like 84 or 85, I would consider waiting, just because when you wait, it's going to allow for an influx of a bunch of new cards coming out in these in the near future in some of these promos. When we think about it, if you guys remember the Harvest promo, for example, it gave a bunch of good free NAT cards that you could earn basically. So with those NAT cards, it would kind of be a shame if you just bought someone at like, let's say you just bought this Jonathan Abram card, for example, and you only have like 100k coins. So you spent a lot of your coins on this Jonathan Abram card, spent that 75,000 coins, and then EA comes out in the Zero Cho promo. They allow you to earn a free NAT strong safety that's like a 90 overall, better than this Jonathan Abram card. And then you lose your coins on the tax, and this card's value could go down even a little bit, so you could lose coins right there. So personally, if you don't have an amazing team, or let's say you're sitting at around 100k coins, I'm waiting just in case to see what EA releases, because you kind of have to be a bit more smart with your money when you're when you're sitting on less cash. So I would kind of just wait. That way you can see more cards that come into the game, see all of your options, and then make more of an educated decision rather than just spend your coins right now. But yeah, that is basically going to do it for the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Leave a like, hit that sub button, and yeah, until next time, boys, I'm out. Have a good one. Peace.
It means no worry.